Good morning. I'm Miss Downing. I'm here to talk to you about cyberbullying. So you might ask, cyberbullying, what is it? It's when a child or a group of children target another child to torment, harass, humiliate, or embarrass a child. Cyberbullies use the internet, interactive and digital technologies, or mobile devices. So more mobile devices would be like your cell phone or your tablet. So cyberbullying, how does it happen? There are 10 ways that are listed here, and we're going to take time to discuss them. So the first one is exclusion. This is when you purposely and knowingly do not let a child sit with you, or you're not allowed to sit with a group of children, whether it be at lunch or a birthday party. Say a person is having a birthday party and they make sure that you know that you're not invited. The next one is harassment. Harassment is a person may be have something negative to say about you every time that you speak with them, or every time that you're online, they're online saying some negative comment about you. The next one is outing. Outing is when a friend of yours tells everyone a really personal story that's private and you didn't want anybody else to know but that friend. Cyberstalking is the next one. Cyberstalking is when a person is always online when you're online. So let's say you comment on a friend's Facebook post. They comment right behind you. Or they're always on Snapchat when you're on Snapchat. Wherever you're online, that person just seems to appear online at the same time. The next one is scraping. This is when someone logs into your Facebook account or Snapchat account, but you have no idea that they're doing it. And they post some really inappropriate things. They may say really negative comments about other people that you yourself would never do, but then your friends are really mad at you because they think it's you. Next one is fake profiles. This is when someone takes pictures of you, takes screenshots of you from your Facebook profile, and they choose to create a profile using your pictures. They may use your name and they may not, but because they may not be stealing your identity, but your pictures may be used so other people can pretend that they look like you. The next one is dissing, which is being disrespectful, saying hateful comments to someone every time that they're online, whether they're too tall or they're too thin or they don't run fast enough or they're not good enough at basketball. They always have a negative comment to say every time that you're online with them. The next one is trickery. This is someone who can pretend to be your best friend. And they're your best friend, and you tell them all your secrets. But then all of a sudden, that information ends up online. And what they really do is just what's called mining you for information, so then they can say negative things to you so they look better in front of their friends. Next one is trolling. A person who trolls is someone who goes on Facebook posts and writes negative comments about anything that you might say. Even if it's a positive comment like, hey, I like your new haircut, then they're going to have something negative to say about that, solely for the purpose of trying to drag you into an argument online. The last one is catfishing. Catfishing is when someone steals your identity and makes another profile, Facebook profile, under your name, even though it's not you, which can be rather scary. So cyberbullying, where does it happen? It happens on your social media accounts, instant messaging, chat rooms, email, texting, and on your mobile devices. Because 95% of teens, children your age, in the U.S. are online. Most access the internet on their mobile devices, making it the most common medium for cyberbullying. So help! What do you do? So cyberbullying is very hurtful. It is so important to tell an adult if it is happening to you or someone else. So here's a quote that I think that you will enjoy. It is our choices that show that what we truly are, far more than our abilities, by J.K. Rowling. So what do I do if this happens to me? What do you do? You need to tell your parents and guardian. They need to know that this is happening to you. Please don't think that it's just going to go away. Tell a trusted adult at school. Change your email address and your phone number. Then block the bully's email address, his email address, and his phone number, cell phone number, so he cannot contact you or she. Tell your principal after every incident. Report threats of harm and inappropriate messages to a police after every incident. But here's the thing that you don't want to do. Don't bully back. The best way I can explain this is by this Michelle Obama quote. When someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high. So bullying back is the thought that if you are just as harsh as a bully is to you, that will make the bully stop. And that's really not true. It only gives them more fuel to complain, to, see how terrible this person is to me, and they show their friends. So kids, you may think as kids that you're anonymous on the internet, or what you do doesn't last, but both of those ideas are wrong. All Twitter messages are sent since from March of 2006 forward, which means to the present day, are saved by the Library of Congress. Even the mean tweets will be immortalized for future generations. Everything students do online reflects on them permanently. So here's another quote for you to take a look at. Don't you ever let a soul in the world tell you that you can't be exactly who you are. Lady Gaga. What if it happens to someone I know? You need to report it to your school and talk to a trusted adult. Talk to a teacher that you're close to. Talk to your parents. You need to work together with your friends to show kindness. Make sure that person does not feel alone. Show the person being cyberbullied you care and they aren't alone. Don't encourage the cyberbullying. Tell the cyberbully to stop and don't give up. Please don't give up. Make sure that you continue to talk to your trusted adults and make sure that this person is supported. Here is some data, some information for you. The percent of schools with principals reporting daily to weekly cyberbullying has increased from 7.9% in 2010 to 12% in 2016. Girls are more likely than boys to be both victims and cyberbullies. Over 70% of teens say that blocking the account of the cyberbully was the best method for internet safety. According to statistics, about 37% of children and teens between 12 and 17 years experience cyberbullying at least once, with about 30% of being targeted more than once. So 15% of teen girls and 6% of boys have been the target of at least 4 kinds of cyberbullying. And I saved here's the last one. I saved it for last because I think it's the most important and the most shocking and somewhat frightening, that about 16% of young people were witness to such events. Most would not intervene. That is what continues cyberbullying and bullying at large. It continues because people allow it to continue. You need to make sure that you tell a trusted adult. Tell the bully to stop doing it. And please, don't go ahead and do it with someone else. So this is not allowed. So I also want to read this quote from Albus Dumbledore. We are only as strong as we are united, and as weak as we are divided. So the best way to deal with cyberbullies is to have a whole group of you who will go and talk with them. Not get physically aggressive with them, but talk with them about how painful it is, what's happening, and that you need it to stop. One thing that we cannot allow in schools is because it significantly disrupts learning, interferes with the educational process or school discipline, use school-owned technology to harass or threaten other students, or infringe on their civil rights. So this is what your student handbook says about cyberbullying. All victims witness to bullying or perceived bullying must report the incident to staff member or an administrator. Bullying also includes cyberbullying. Cyberbullying means bullying by use of any electronic communication device through means including but not limited to email, instant message, text message, blogs, mobile phones, pagers, online games, and websites. So this is the big concept I want you to take away from my presentation today. You need to take ownership of the situation and you need to be relentless. Cyberbullies won't stop until you force them to stop. You force them to stop by making their life difficult, by using whatever legal means are available to you. That doesn't mean that you become physically aggressive with them. That means that you block any type of access to you. You block them on your cell phone so then they cannot send you text messages or call you or send you inappropriate pictures or for them to ask for inappropriate pictures. You block them on your Facebook, in your Snapchat. The best way is for them not to have access to you. Secondly, do not bully them back. It doesn't work. And make sure that you're talking to your friends and your trusted adults in your life. So here are some references that I used to create this presentation today. There are 3 YouTube videos that I looked at, and I suggest that you look at them yourselves. Look at them with your friends. Talk about it with your friends and your family. Thank you for your time.